Okay, well, hello everyone. It's me, Profesor Cañado here, and I've got a new nuts and bolts video for you. And this video is actually something new for me in that I'm trying some new equipment for this. I recently purchased one of these Microsoft Surface tablets, and I'm getting used to it. I'm really liking it quite a bit. I mean, I've been an Apple guy for many years, for over 20 years now. I mean, I'm still a big fan of Apple, and I'll still continue to buy Apple products, but I wanted to give this Microsoft Surface a try, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So I'll definitely be using this quite a bit to record videos and other cool stuff too. Whether it's for this class, for future sections of this class, or any of my other classes. Okay, well, all right, everybody. In this video, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit more about the EBSCO article review assignment. This is, of course, the second main assignment due in the class. The first one coming up very soon is the U.S.-Mexico War assignment. You already have the nuts and bolts video about that. But on this one, excuse me, everybody. Okay, weather's been kind of dry out here the past couple of days, and it's really affecting my vocal cords a little bit. But in this video, I want to go ahead and show you the main things to do with respect to what this assignment is all about. So right now, as you can see, we're in the announcement section. So let's go ahead and move on to the assignment section, and I'll quickly show you a little bit more about the parameters about the assignment. Of course, explain a couple of things, and then I'll show you how to find articles in EBSCO. Okay, here's the information worksheet about the assignment. I've already got it queued up here on another tab here at the top. So let's go and open up this, and you can do this, of course, in your own time. In your own time, get more details, more about the nuts and bolts about the assignment. But again, for this assignment, what you're going to do is go to the EBSCO article database, which you can find at the Mesa College Library website. And of course, for all the databases at the Mesa Library, you don't have to be on campus. Of course, if you're on campus and you need assistance with one of the reference librarians, definitely go to one of them for further assistance. But you can access the Mesa databases anywhere from your home or on your lunchtime during work. So just make sure you use your Mesa College ID information, your CSID number, and I think it's your last name, and you're good to go to enter into the system. But what you do here is when you go into the EBSCO database, you're to look on any topic pertaining to the scope of the class, and right here in the center of this first paragraph, I've got some topics you can check out. Of course, Chicanos, the Chicano movement, Chicano history, Chicano art, Latinos, Hispanic Americans, Mexican Americans, Cesar Chavez, or other personalities too, Dolores Huerta, Reyes Lopez Tijerina, Corky Gonzalez, Jose Angel Gutierrez, and maybe even more contemporary Latino figures, be they actors such as, of course, Edward James Olmos, Cheech Marin, of course, from Cheech and Chong fame, anything of that. But by and large, I think these main topics here, from Chicanos through Mexican Americans, you should be able to find articles, no problem. Now, when you do the assignment, everybody, you can do it in two ways. You have two options. One is you can choose an article from the EBSCO database that is at least 6 pages long. So if your article is 6 pages long, that's it. Just do a combined summary and commentary of that article, and that's all you need to do. I'll give you more parameters in just a second here on the framing and the development of the assignment. That's your first option. The second option is, let's say you're looking and you're interested in Edward James Olmos, and you find 2 articles about him, but each article, or actually 2 different Mexican or Chicano figures. Maybe you find one article on Edward James Olmos, another article on Carlos Santana. But the Olmos article is maybe only 4 pages, and the Santana article is only 3 pages. I'm thinking, Profesor, none of those articles is 6 pages. I guess I can't do the assignment with those articles. No, that's not true, because if you find 2 articles that are 5 pages or less, you can do that. All you have to do is compare and contrast both those articles. So let's say you want to do the articles on Santana and Olmos, then In the first half of your article, of your review, talk a little about the Santana article, and the second half talk about the Olmos article, and then to wrap things up in your final page and a half, 2 pages, give your critique, your analysis, your commentary about both those articles. So you can do it. So that's one way you can do it. So even if your articles are short, don't worry. If you find 2 that are 5 pages or less, you're good to go. Just compare and contrast both of those. So again, everybody, if your article is 6 pages or more, just do 1 article. But if your articles are 5 pages or less, then do those 2 articles. And when you find your article, just let me know. Contact me at my San Diego City College District email, or better yet, contact me through Messages for Professor. I reply to everybody much faster through Messages for Professor, so contact me there and let me know what article it is that you're going to be working on. Okay, this information here tells you about the due date. I'll accept late papers, but there'll be a 1 grade deduction if you turn it in on Friday, May 13th. And remember that your review is to be at least 5 to 7 pages in length. That does not include a title page or a works cited page. So it's got to be your 5 pages of your straight text. It's got to be straight text. The body of your review, that's to be the 5 to 7 pages. Title page and a works cited page, that is extra. That does not count as part of the 5 to 7 page length. Please double space your review. You may use MLA or Chicago formats. And this review it'll count as 50% toward your class grade. When you turn in your assignment, make sure that you use a software program that I can read, I can download and view. So of course, Microsoft Word or Apple Pages or better or PDF. Those 3 preferably. Any of those 3 will work just fine. When you get started in writing your first few lines, there are many formats you can use. So use your best judgment, everybody. Whatever you've used in the past or previous classes, if you've taken me before with the 141A class or other history classes, other Chicano studies class, whether it's Professors Ornelas, Velez, or Lopez, whatever format that they have, that's fine. I'm not really picky with respect to the formatting in terms of the first the first lines or the first citation. But if you want to follow a format that I've been using for many years, when you start your document, the first line of text, that is the first line of your document, if you're using one article, then just indicate the name of your article in this format here. And then go ahead and then drop down a couple of spaces and then start your text. Or if you're doing 2 articles, then in this format here, just below your first article, just list below that the title of the second article and the pertinent information from the EBSCO website. Okay, before I get to EBSCO itself, let me quickly point out two things to keep in mind. In terms of the content of your review, I want 2 main points of discussion. First off, give me a summary of the article or articles that you're using. What types of articles are these? What is the main theme? What topics are being discussed, and particularly in the case if this is a book review that the author is discussing, then talk a little bit about the perspective of the author, his or her background, and his or her tone with respect to the subject. In other words, in roughly about the first 2/3 of your essay, just give me a summary of the main points. That is, as if you're a newspaper reporter, give me the who, what, when, where, and why. So if you do that within about the first 2/3 of your essay, then you're in great shape. You're off to a great start in terms of the development of your essay. And then the second point of discussion, and roughly you can do this at about at about the 4th page or the 5th page of your essay, depending on how many pages you have in total. Give me your perception, your analysis, your perspectives about the article or articles. In other words, what do you think about the article or the articles? What are the strengths or weaknesses? What did you like or what did you dislike? How do the topics correspond to that of the class? So if you want an article about, say, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo and about the U.S. Mexico War, then obviously there's connections with what we're doing in the first part of the class. But if your article is about more contemporary issues, again, I can use the actors and actresses, musicians, whether it's Carlos Santana, Linda Ronstadt, Edward James Olmos, S.I. Morales, or of course the popular Mexican authors who've been winning a lot in the Academy Awards, Alfonso Cuarón, Alejandro Iñárritu. That of course he's the one who did the Revenant film, and I think he also did the one with Michael Keaton, Birdman. So if your topic is more contemporary, then of course there's more connections with what we're talking about in the final stages of the class, of roughly about the seventh or eighth week. So in other words, in the final stages of your essay, you give your analysis about what you thought about the topic, how it connected, how it related to the class. And as a general rule of thumb, everybody, let's say your essay comes in at 5 pages. If you have about 60% of your essay as a summary of the article or your articles, and 40% commentary, that's a very good split. In other words, while I want summary to be roughly about 1/2 of your total page length on your essay, make it closer to about 60%, 70% that rough time. Roughly about 2/3 to about 3/4, and then in the final 1/3 and 1/4 of your essay, that's where you provide your commentary. In other words, roughly a 60-40 or 70-30 split. Even going upwards of, say, 75% to 25% split, that is summary versus commentary, that's an excellent split. Those have historically been the best essays that I've seen for not only this class, but for my Southwestern classes too, because they have similar assignments as well. So that's in a nutshell what the assignment is all about. Now let's go ahead and find some articles, and to do that, let's go ahead and get into the EBSCO database. Now to do that, let me quickly bring you back into Blackboard, and let me point out to you the Mesa Library Databases link here. Let's go ahead and click that, and that'll take us over to this page here. When we're over in this page, we want to scroll down to where it says EBSCO. EBSCO hosts multiple database search. We'll click that, and when you click that for the first time, it'll take you to a page in which you enter your CSID information. So when it goes into that section, then just click in your information, click submit, and then it'll take you over to this page over here. So ready to go ahead and find some articles. And there's one important parameter that I didn't mention in talking about the guidance, but I'll get to that in just a second here. So first off, let's go ahead and find a subject here. Let's say we wanted to find something on Cesar Chavez. So right here in the search box, let's type in Cesar's information, Cesar Chavez. Okay, and so we're not done yet. Let's not click search and get ahead of ourselves. We want to limit our results, have our parameters. So we want to use the Boolean phrase. That's a classic search tool. We don't need to change that, so keep that. And we want articles that are full text. So in other words, these are articles you can access easily. That is, you can get the full text, most likely in PDF format, but in other times in HTML format. I want journals that are scholarly peer reviewed. That is, these are journals that are cross-referenced from scholars. So let's say if someone from Cal State Northridge writes a great story about the life and times of Emma Tenayuca, a very prominent Chicana activist from the middle part of the 20th century, and her article is in cross. It's reviewed by her colleagues from, say, University of Michigan, Texas Tech. Georgia State, you get the idea, and they were reviews and say, yes, Professor Valenzuela did a great job. She's got the best new innovative measures, the techniques in analyzing Tenayuca's life and times, given the political context of the era, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So when you have people going back and forth talking about how great the article is from a certain professor at a given university, that's what it means to be peer reviewed. So we definitely want the journal to be peer reviewed. Now, let's go down a little bit more. We still have a few more limiters to do. So we'll click periodical here, and we want our pages to be. Let's say we're going to try to look for something that is in that is of course 6 pages. So to do that, let's click the arrow here and click greater than. and then type in a 5 right here. So of course, if you remember from elementary school mathematics, when you have the greater than, less than, equal to, 6 of course is greater than 5, so we'll just enter greater than 5 and ready to go. So with that, you would think, okay, Professor, that's it. Let's go ahead and find some articles. Are we done yet? Not just yet. There's still one more thing left to do, because if you go back here to the assignment guidelines, you'll notice that the assignment is called EBSCO Journal of American History Review Assignments. What that means is that EBSCO is only one half of the equation. We have to find articles actually part of the Journal of American History, because you see, and here's where people have been confused over the past. I think a lot of this is because with changes in technology, everything is changing so fast that maybe what students had done in terms of library skills, say back in the 1980s into the 1990s, with technology so rapidly now, a lot of stuff in the 80s and 90s, you don't really have to do that much anymore compared to modern times. So one of the things that I see people getting confused is that they think EBSCO is a journal. No, EBSCO is a database. It's a big holding bin, you might say, of all kinds of different journals and magazines and periodicals and newspapers and so forth. So EBSCO basically is like one big pot. And in that big pot are other things. And these other things are what we call journals. Journals are essentially magazines. Magazines like National Geographic, Sports Illustrated, even the goofy stuff you get at the dentist office, like People magazine, Us Weekly, Sports Illustrated, and so on and so forth. But in our case, we want what's called an academic journal or an academic magazine. And in our case, we're looking for the Journal of American History. That's an academic journal that's notable for all kinds of great stuff about American history. And of course, American history entails Chicano history. So what we'll do is, let's go back into our EBSCO parameters, and in publication, let's click Journal of American History. Now, that is very important, because if you don't have that, you're going to get articles from all kinds of journals that are not Journal of American History, and you're going to be thrown way off in your research. So this is very important, everybody. Besides all of this stuff right here that I mentioned up here and down here, remember, in here, always enter Journal of American History, because when you do that and you've got all this ready to go, this limits your search to articles within the Journal of American History, and as a result, that'll make your search much easier when you're finding stuff. So now we're ready to go. So let's click search and see what kind of stuff we find on Cesar Chavez. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got 6 articles here, and unfortunately, none of these articles are at least 6 pages, because if you look over here in the entries right here, we have something that's 3 pages, 2 pages, 2 pages here, and 2 pages down here. But that's okay, because what that means is that you can choose any of these 2 articles here and do a comparison and a contrast of these 2 articles. So let's say you're interested in these articles by Mario Garcia and Richard Garcia. So definitely read these 2 articles. To access these 2 articles, just click PDF full text, and that'll give you the article in full text, and you'll be good to go. So even though we didn't find anything that's 6 pages on Chavez, no big deal. All you need to do is just simply choose 2 of these 6 right here, compare and contrast them, and you're ready to go. You're good to go, so to speak. But let's say you want to find something that is at least 6 pages. So what we do is, let's go ahead and backtrack to our search results. We'll go back to the page where we started, and let's go ahead and re-enter all our parameters, full text, scholarly, and of course, Journal of American History is already listed there. Greater than 5 periodical, and ready to go. So let's find a more broader topic. Let's say let's go ahead and find let's see what we find with, say, Chicano art. Or Chicano art. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, so let's click Chicano art and see what kind of things we find. Oh, no results found. Oh, okay. Yeah, what we'll have to do is we'll have to broaden our search to something a little bit more broader. So let's go ahead and type in Chicano movement. Okay, so we got all our parameters already in place. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, the majority of these are 5 pages or less. But look at this one right here. This is actually from the 1993 edition of Journal of American History. We found one that's 32 pages, so that's quite lengthy. But for any of you who are really ambitious and want to read something lengthy, this is a good one right here to check out. And it's a timely topic because, of course, with stuff happening with police departments in the country pertaining to, of course, African Americans, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Of course, Chicanos, Latinos over the years have had their own problems with the police departments, and this one gives us a pretty good look at the problems that happened with the LAPD back in the late 60s, early 70s. So if you want to explore this one and check out this topic, definitely go ahead and check it out. It's 32 pages. Or if you prefer, like with the Cesar Chavez one, any of these that are 5 pages or less, please go ahead and do a comparison and a contrast of two of those that are 5 pages or less. So I think there you have it, everybody. When you do the search here, just keep playing with different topics, different ideas. Of course, Chicano movement, Chicano farm workers, United Farm Workers, farm late labor, Mexican Americans, U.S.-Mexico War, whatever topic that's within the context of the class, definitely go ahead and go that route. And again, once you find an article or your articles, please let me know, preferably through Messages for Professor, and then once your articles are given the approval, then go ahead and get going on your essays. And of course, please follow the parameters I've got listed right here on the assignment worksheet. And with that, I think that pretty much wraps things up. So I hope this video was helpful. I don't think I need to bring up any new nuts and bolts videos for the rest of the session. The remaining 2 assignments on the Chicano video series and the Chicano literature series, the PDF files, the assignment sheets pretty much explain things. They're fairly self-explanatory. So I doubt if I'll have any videos about that. For this assignment, definitely, I wanted to show you how to get into EBSCO and how to track down your article or your articles. All right, everyone. So that's it from the French Valley headquarters of El Profesor. So hope you guys are liking the class. So far we're coming up on the halfway point of the session. And guys, take it easy, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.